Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that what to expect slash season preview analysis. This time is on the 40 and 42 last year Sacramento Kings, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about their roster this year, who should be their players that step up the most, and what they will be and what they should look like on both ends of the court. Now, this team is deep. They have a lot of guys that can contribute, especially offensively. Doug McDermott is a shooter slash scorer. They have guys like Neek Clifford that gives them some size and some athleticism at the guard position. Terrence Davis does the same thing too. Can get to the basket and try to knock down perimeter shots from time to time. Devin Carter is a guy that may not get as much burn, but we know that they like him, and we have to see how much he has improved when it comes to creating separation and knocking down shots. Dylan Cardwell, we don't know enough about him. We have to see more from him, but we know that he's a guy that they also like at that center position. A good, fast, quick, sizable guy at that position that can finish around the rim as he should, and could also possibly contribute on the boards. We don't really know until we see him play, and he might not play that much because of Domantas Sabonis. We know that he's one of the best bigs in the world. He is a really good passer, really tough, hard-nosed rebounder, has good and different ways of finishing around the rim or near it, has a decent post game, can punish mismatches, can play in the pick and roll, can hit threes, can hit mid ranges, can get all the way to the basket. There's not much he can't do in the league. He's not the greatest rim protector, not the greatest defender, but we understand that. But they showed, and he has shown that you can win with them as a starter. He played 70 games last year, the year before that 82, the year before that 79, showing you that he can be a durable guy that is dependable, and you rather have that over a lot of other things. And he also showed you that he don't have to take that many threes to be effective. He's shooting 41% this year that just passed. He was 37 and 37 the years prior, showing you that he has worked on it, but it hasn't been the biggest attraction to his game. He hits it when he needs to. He takes it when he needs to. And one of the things you can say about Damon is he's really passive. He knows when to score. He knows how to score, but he really likes keeping his teammates involved. He really likes giving them the ball back and trying to find a way to create opportunities for them. That's why he's been a dangerous player, because of that mentality of just trying to make the right play, just trying to get the best shot. Dario Saric got good size and athleticism. He's not that young spring chicken anymore. He's 31. People might not have thought about it like that because you might think he's still a young player, but he's not. But we want to see what he can do here at Analysis Playground. I don't really see him being a bad player. I just see him possibly looking better this year compared to last year, and he should be more familiar with the system. He should understand what his role is and how he's going to get his points. And I think that they're going to try to help ease him in a little bit more this year. And we'll see if he's one of the guys that's going to come in and really contribute from that bench and just give them versatility. If he can't do that, then they're going to have to move off of him and go in a different direction with another guy. But they have a lot of guys that's similar to him possibly on this roster already. Dennis Schroeder was a big addition to me because he has a really, really good way of putting pressure on the defense with his ability to hit floaters and get all the way to the basket. But he also shows you that if you don't respect his drive ability, he can pull up and hit threes right in front of your face, and he's a decent decision maker. So I think that he is a little older. He did seem like he lost a step. He's not the greatest defender. He's not the biggest guy. He's not the toughest guy, but he really knows his game and he sticks to what he's good at. And I think that that's what made him have a great career in the NBA so far at age 32 and counting, most likely. Isaiah Stevens, he's another guard. I think he's going to get a little bit of minutes here and there. He didn't really do much last year. I don't really expect him to do much this year. He only played 3 games last year on this roster, on the Miami Heat roster, and I don't think he's going to have a crazy role on this team either. He's just a guy that fills the salary cap need and the position and upside, and a guy they want to take a chance on to see what he can do. and that's about it for him. Maxima Renault, well, Renard, we need to see more of him. He's a legit 7'1", 250. He has the movement. He has the body to be a legitimate player in this league. He hasn't played one game because he just got drafted. He's a rookie, so expect mistakes, expect sloppiness, expect a lot of blown opportunities. But as he gets the IQ, as he gets the understanding, as he gets a way to adjust to the big quickness and fastness of the NBA, he'll be fine. I think he can be a solid rotational player in the league. They know that. They feel that. That's why they drafted him. We just have to see it come to fruition. It's going to take him some time. Usually, big man does take a lot of time to be productive for the most part, especially over the last couple years, in the last couple decades. And he's 22, so he understands the game a lot better than most centers coming into the league this year. But he still has to show that he can do it at the NBA level. That's something that he hasn't proven yet, but we have to give him a chance to do that. And I think that it's going to be fun watching him, try to find a way to implement his game at the NBA level and be a productive player. Daquan Plowden, I like him. I liked him in Summer League a couple years ago. I like him in Summer League this year. He's a guy that really knows how to score. He's very efficient, especially last year, shooting about 64% from the field. And he shot 2.8 threes and made him at a 52% from three clip. He was able to average 7 points. He was able to get to the free throw line from time to time. He just didn't play a lot, and I don't think he will even for the Kings because they got a lot of guys that's playing that same position that's better than him, and they want to win games, so he's not going to get a crazy amount of opportunity. But I do think he's a legitimate backup. He's definitely a third string at worst when it comes to talent, when it comes to scoring, and when it comes to being an NBA caliber player. He checks all those boxes. The problem is he's 27 and counting. So that's going to be trouble for his future. I don't see him being a Sacramento King that long. I just feel like he was one of the best players they can get at the time, and they seen the opportunity to scoop him up quick. Then you got guys like Keegan Murray and Malik Monk. They're going to handle the ball from time to time, but they mainly in the game for the ability to hit a three and get out in transition and just make the correct decisions in the right plays by keeping the ball moving, turning down shots, or putting the ball on the floor from time to time and trying to get to the basket or finish with a jump shot. And that's what they have really been in their NBA careers. I think that continues with this particular roster and with their coaching, and I think it'll work for them because they're really dangerous doing those things, and that's what they're best at. So why not try to be the best fit that you can be for this roster while still getting yours? Zach LaVine is 30 now. He's no longer, that young athletic guy with a lot of promise. He has become an all-star. He has become one of the best shooting guards in the league when it comes to three-point shooting, pull-ups, and still he can get to the rim and get out in transition and get easy opportunities. Never really became a great defender, but he has been a guy that has been a legit starter. This guy can play. This guy understands how to play the game at a high level. This guy still seems like he got a lot left in the tank. And most people will take Zach LaVine over a lot of other guys because of his ability to play on and off the ball and his ability to move without the ball and still be a threat because he can knock down shots at a high efficiency level clip. So I'm still team Zach LaVine. I know he hasn't won much. I know he hasn't shown much. I know he's getting paid $47 million a year, but that's how hard it is to do what Zach LaVine does. And I know that stops him from going to contenders because they want to pay him less money and give him a lesser role, but he's still young. He's young enough to play around to make some more money in the future and then try to jump on some bandwagons at the end of his career to possibly get a ring. And you can say the same thing about DeMar. He's getting up there in age. We know what he brings to the table. He's a good decision maker. He's a combo guard, can handle the ball. Even if he comes in as a forward, he can still give you athleticism. He can still punish mismatches. He can still shoot over smaller defenders. He can still score on guys his size or taller by using his handles to get to his spots. And even if it's tough, he has the confidence to knock it down. He can still hit floaters. He can still get to the basket. He can still get to the free throw line. And he's showing you that he's not afraid to take threes, although he doesn't love that shot. He's capable of making it. And that's why he's been one of the best wings in the league for 10 years at this point. He has been really consistent at being one of the guys that puts in a lot of work and shows that he loves the game and is willing to do whatever is needed to be at the top of his game. And he's 36 and still looks like an all-star caliber player. It's going to be tough to do that in the Western Conference, but he's still going to play at a high level, and he's going to be a reason why they're going to be in a lot of games. And he's a guy that can step up and get you to the wins, especially with the talent like Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis, which is their big three. And they have a decent supporting cast that fits around what he likes to do as a passer. Keon Ellis, Drew Eubanks, and Isaac Jones, they're going to be in there just to provide energy and effort. That's all you really want them to do besides just being ready to score. And I think those guys are going to be in those positions to where they can do that. Keon Ellis is probably the more important guy out of the three because of his competitiveness, because of his ability to be a guy that can make shots off, the catch. And I think that he needs to continue to just be ready in those situations and just be ready to convert the easiest opportunity shots that he can get. He took 4 threes last year and made 43% of them. The year before that, he made 41% of them. And he did shoot 48, 46, and 43% from the field, showing that he's a reliable guard that can make shots and make plays, as he averaged 1.5 assists back-to-back seasons, and he played his most minutes of his career, which was 24 minutes a game, and he showed you that he's one of the guys that you want out there on the basketball court. He does need to get to the free throw line a little bit more, and he does need to consistently make those shots too. And I like the fact that he's a guard that can help out on the boards from time to time, while also being probably the best perimeter defender that they have on this team. And that's another reason why you should like him. And we're going to see what Doug Christie does with his roster and with his team. He has shown signs that he can be an adjustable and adaptable coach. You have to be that way, and I think he's going to be looking at this roster and say we should be one of the better teams in the West. I look at them as a team that's going to be a respectable team. You're going to go into Sacramento knowing it's going to be a tough game, knowing it's going to be hard to beat them. You have to play your best to put this team away, because it's going to be hard to stop this team from putting the ball in the basket. They might give up a lot of points. They might give up a lot of opportunities, but you have to execute. If you don't execute, they're going to give you some trouble because they're going to score so easily, and they're going to do it throughout the entire game. And I look at it like it's not too much that they don't really have on this roster besides defense. They don't have a lot of great defensive players. They don't have a lot of great difference makers when it comes to the defensive end of the basketball court. But they are a team that can really get up and down the floor, really come at you, really hit you with some punches. They can knock you out early. They can get hot late. And they have a lot of guys that they can give the ball to and say, make something happen. And that's why this team is going to be one of the tougher teams to beat during the regular season, because some guys, they might be tired. They might look at it like, man, this is a long season. And then they got to go against Sacramento, and Sacramento going to say, we ready. We want y'all to relax. We want y'all to be comfortable. We want y'all to take it lightly, because we're going to show y'all that we still are a good team in this league. And I think that they're going to definitely be in that 40 to 45 win caliber season, or a little lower than that. I'll say 37, 38 games. That's enough to flirt around with the playoffs. That's enough to flirt around with the play-in. If they have a lot of injuries in the Western Conference, I can definitely see this team being that team like they were last year, where they're in that conversation. They're not going to be dominant. They're not going to be great, but they're going to be respectable. You have to play them hard. You have to come prepared for them. You have to play them like any other team that's great, because they still have a lot of guys that got pride. They got a lot of guys that know how to play the game. They have a lot of guys that have been number one and all-stars, and they still in the prime of their career. So if you're not coming and you're not ready, they will beat a lot of teams for that reason. And I think that that's going to be their calling card this year, just being the team that everybody is not ready for. Everybody doesn't really want to come hard on, and they're going to get a lot of wins this year that way. And that should be enough to give them, a decent, respectable regular season. And if they get that, that's their ceiling. I don't look at them as a championship team. I'm not looking at them like a guaranteed playoff team. I just look at it like they're going to flirt around with the play-in, and the play-in can turn into a playoff spot. They got to play their cards with what they're dealt. They have to go out there and play as hard as they can, trust each other, play off of each other, and step up in the big moments and win those games that they shouldn't. And if they do that, they can look at it like, man, we was a good group of guys. We played well together. We went out there and did the best we could, and that might end up making them a playoff team at the end of the year. But the West is tough. The West is deep. I feel like they have really got a lot of talent on this roster. They really have a lot of different things they can do, especially offensively. And we just have to see what they're going to be and what they're going to do again this year. And hopefully they stay healthy so we can get a good look at them. But this team is slowly going towards a part where either you're getting ready to blow it up because it's going to be a playoff team or a failure every year, or you just going to have to look at it like, we got a lot of guys that can help contenders. Let's get rid of them now, or let's move them now while we can get something valuable, probably next year or this year, and just try to start all over again. I know Sacramento Kings fans are hating this. We never win in the championship. We're not even coming close, and we're just wasting our time believing in this team. We're wasting our time seeing this team because we don't have a legitimate shot at winning the championship, and we don't even have a legitimate shot to be even make the playoffs. What's the point of this team? And if the Kings fans feel that way, I would agree with you. That's just the situation they're always in, even though they live in a good area, even though they have owners that's willing to invest the money. They just can't figure out a way to get talent, keep talent, and build a legitimate, decent roster that can really dominate the NBA. They just have never been able to be patient enough. They have never really been able to make enough moves that made sense. Even if they have to make another move that will make sense, they haven't even been able to do that. So I look at this team as another team that's gonna look at it and say, well, I didn't think they was gonna be bad. I didn't think they was gonna suck. So none of us gonna be surprised if they had a good season. But if you're not winning the championship and you're not a legitimate contender, does it really matter anyway? And that's what the Kings are right now. That's what they're gonna have, that type of season this year, where everybody gonna say, well, that was a tough game. They played us hard, and that's all you can really do and be as a professional, and that's all you can really hope for as a coach. Just being in positions to win games and winning as many games as you can. But at the same time, this team is far away from being legit in the West, and that's just the reality of the situation. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis, and you can get it when it first comes out. Not only that, I also do conversation videos just like this about various NBA topics. I do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars, and also do mock draft and draft coverage. So you love that type of stuff. I got over 3,000 videos already on my channel right now that you can watch and enjoy. Not only that, I do upload videos each and every day. So if you love basketball content, you can't get enough, or you really want it, and this is the type of stuff that you love, this is the channel for you. I guarantee it. And once you try it, once you watch some more videos, you will be a subscriber for that reason. And on top of that, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for supporting me in the past, the present, and also hopefully y'all continue to support me in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continue to enjoy it and making time for me and loving how I do it and my way of getting it across and showing y'all. And other than that, I'm going for now. Y'all stay blessed up. Let's go for 4K videos this year. Let's go for a better year than 2015, a comparable year to this year, but let's pass it up by doing more and giving more and being more consistent and giving great quality content out this entire year like I have been able to do so far. But we still got to end it by having a great September, October, November, and December. That's the main goal, is finishing out this year strong. And I'm going to do my part, but I need y'all to continue to watch. I need y'all to continue to support like y'all been doing. And that's all I can ask y'all for, is to continue to do that part. Thanks for supporting the merchandise. Thank y'all for continuing to show that y'all got love and respect for me. And all I can say is I'm going for now. Peace. And I'll see y'all hopefully later today or tomorrow.